Hi, this is Joy Bitch Jet, and this is my channel, the Joy Bitch Jet channel. Today I'm sorry, I went blank. Today is April 13th. It's Thursday here on my channel. And something important came across on my desk today. My children, all my beautiful little children, grandchildren, children, whatever you want to call them, are going to Meadowbrook Elementary School here in Fort Worth, Texas. And the reason why they're going to Meadowbrook Elementary School in Fort Worth, Texas is because the school right down the street, D. McRae, a few years ago, had an injustice with my oldest grandson, Shane. The year before we showed up here, or about half a year before we showed up here, Shane was in a classroom with a teacher named Mrs. Irons. On Teacher Appreciation Day, she asked for a rub down. And Shane and two others gave her a rub down. How I know this? Because when I came here, Shane was demonstrating to the adults on how he was rubbing down a teacher. We were kind of like perturbed. So we went and filed grievances all over the city. Well, I had talked to the principal, Mr. Miller. Mr. Miller admitted that the injustice did happen. So what do we get out of it? Different levels. Every level, they changed the day. They would change what really happened. Supposedly, they would lie about it. We move on a few years later. Our children have been in the school for 2 years now. And recently, our second oldest grandson was taken to the school board because he supposedly kicked a principal in the leg when the principal put her foot and her leg right in his way and cornered him and got in his bubble. The same principal who told the assistant principal to make false reports on us at Child Protective Services that got finally, after 2 years, they finally came in at 6 o'clock one night with the Nazi police force, 11 police officers, 4 CPS agents to take away 6 kids ranging from 10, almost 10, to 6 months. We were appalled by the fact that the school had put the bruises on a couple of the kids. They were being bullied in school and beaten in school. And what do we get out of it? We get the kids taken away from us for 29 days because Kids for Cash program thought our kids were adoptable. Or sellable is more like it. And who do we got to blame for all of this ruckus? Mrs. Trudy Terry McGuire, the principal of Meadowbrook Elementary School, and her assistant, Mrs. Burkmeyer, who, by the way, was down at the other school when we had problems. When a kid's bad, do you bribe them with a toy? That's what they did with Shane before they removed Shane out of this house and gave him to his stepdaddy, who's nothing more than a drug addict. But hey, don't worry about it. That's being taken care of. We'll have Shane back soon. But the point here is that I got 2 kids on AB honor roll, and I would have 3 if they would have left the kid alone. Now it comes out that they don't want our kids in their school. This is the second school. There's two schools. There are 1 and 2 in the city of Fort Worth for bullying kids. And we found out through the state that this school is number 2 on the list of allowing bullies to happen. And who's the biggest bully? Mrs. McGuire and Mrs. Berkmeyer. And when they don't get their way, they want to throw you out because we're out of district. Because our schools down here, 1, D. Ray, has a pedophile working in the school. Number 2, Will is nothing but drugs down here on the other side. So now we are on the other side of the tracks, as they say. And they want us to go back to where we are. We are being discriminated against. I was outed at D. Ray for who I am by the principal to my grandson. Do I care? Not anymore. I am Mama Joy to all the children, regardless. The bottom line here is, what are you going to do to keep your kids in your school before the principal or CPS comes at you illegally and take away your kids? As for me, I would say, get online, find out where the school is. I'll have a number for you in my next report. And you can call the principal. And you can tell her what you think of her. But she bullied the kids. I got 2 AB honor rolls and they want them out. Why? Because we will not tolerate our kids or any kids being bullied in any school. So what can we do? Besides going to get a civil attorney? Not much. But we are going door to door in both this community and that community to rid the community of the pedophile and the principals that back up all of the drama that goes on in these schools. The phone number for Meadowbrook Elementary School is 817-815-4900. That's 817-815-4900. You can call and register your complaint with Miss McGuire personally. So you can tell her that we are not going to take bullyism in her school or any other school anywhere in the United States. And if she wants to know who I am, you tell her I am Joy Bitch Jet. She can go to Toby Jackson, who is my school board official, and find out exactly who they are dealing with. My logic is, I am a personality. I am Joy Bitch Jet. My family have different names they go by. So when you go to them, make sure that they know that you're talking about the Lavender and the Maslack kids. The Lavender and Maslack kids, they deserve better justice than to be bullied. In Michael's case, who got thrown out of school, he was choked by a girl. And when he defended himself, Miss McGuire turned around and ripped on his hair and put her leg in front of his. So when he got upset because his bubble was being burst, she had nowhere to go but to make contact with McGuire's leg. We are in the process of trying to find out whether it is a crime, because technically when an adult hurts a child, it's a crime. Just like in D. Ray, Mr. Miller allowed so much drama to happen to little Shane. These kids are getting broken, having nervous breakdowns. And what are we supposed to do? Put the kids in a different school? We did that already. I'm going to put these kids in private school. But I can't really afford it unless I really start making the money. I got an offer from a movie studio. I'm taking up on it. But I don't know how much it's going to produce. But here's the thing. Whatever I get, I'm going to put towards these kids' education. Because these kids come first. In my life, my children come first. The bottom line is, what are you going to do about it? Get on the line one more time. You can call Meadowbrook Elementary School on Monday morning because it's Easter weekend. Happy Easter, everybody. You can call and register your complaint at the principal's office, 817-815-4900, and tell them that you're not going to allow anybody to be bullied. Tell them that you feel that the Lavender Maslack children need a better quality education there. I'm confused. I really am confused. Why are we playing politics? Isn't schooling supposed to be about education? Not about women wanting rub-downs in school? And the principal admitting to it to me? And we had meetings, and Toby Jackson told me she had a better school, and she got Mrs. Breed and Ann and all these other people, Miss Ballantran and Miss Melinar, to put our kids in this school so they get a better education. And what do they get? Picked on, bullied, beaten, choked, have their hair ripped by a principal, and then the principal is claiming she is kicked by the student to get the student out. And we went through 2 or 3 levels at the headquarters of this screwed up school system. So it's up to you all. Let me hear from you. You can call the school at 817-815-4900. 817-815-4900. Or you can call me personally at 310-650-3401. My number is 310-650-3401. I'm in Fort Worth. I'm based out of California, Las Vegas area. But this is where my family is growing up. And this is where I am for right now, this second. Do it, please. I need your help. Call Meadowbrook Elementary School at 817-815-4900. 817-815-4900. Ask for Miss McGuire and tell her that you're not going to take bullying anymore at her school. She is number 2 in the city, according to special reports that I believe that are in the state office. We found this out about 2 weeks ago. We're going back to confirm the reports. But Miss McGuire's school, who is so in the elegant school, wants our kids out because we live on the wrong side of the track. Let me see. As you all know, I am transsexual female. My one child or more may be LGBT material. I see things in them. We see things in them. Other people see things in them. Can we help it? And yet we're being bullied. We're being bullied because they're human beings. And then they're LGBT community. Mama is LGBT community. I am LGBT community. Sharon, my partner and wife, is LGBT community. What is so wrong in living in a world where everybody could just be happy being next to each other? Remember, call Miss McGuire Monday morning, 817-815-4900, and tell her you will not tolerate bullyingism in her school. That nobody should be bullied. Nobody. And if an adult is doing it, and if a teacher or an administrator or a principal is doing it, then they should be gone. They should resign. And you know something? This whole system is built on it. And this isn't the first time it's happened. My daughter, Joyce, who's 33, going to be 34 this year, turned around and went to Mary Louise Phillips Elementary School on far west Fort Worth, and which was far west Fort Worth at the time. We were in a nice neighborhood. She was picked on, lied about, and everything. If it wasn't for her second teacher and the psychologist who worked there, she would never had a chance. As it was, we were told that Mrs. Evelyn J. Bowen would be removed from her life in that school, only to find that she took over for the teacher and my daughter hugged her. I removed my daughter from that school 25 years ago and homeschooled her. Then I took my other daughter to Las Vegas and put her in the Las Vegas Clark County School District. I do not believe in bullying. Miss Evelyn J. Bowen had something against me almost 30 years ago. And now, 30 years later almost, it's still going on. So the problem here is not me. It's not my family. It's the school system. It needs a radical change. And it already has a new administrator on top, who's supposed to be as pro-LGBT. But is he pro-LGBT? I say he's not, because he doesn't talk to the press. I mean, he doesn't talk to the public. He doesn't talk to me. He won't listen to anybody. He hides out in his office, hides out in his house. He goes to functions with the ultra-rich. Does he care about the local people? I say no. I say the superintendent of the school system needs to get a life and get real and touch base with the real people. Not the administrators, but with the children and the adults, and find out why bullyism is being put on the record. This is supposed to be an anti-bully zone, but each school I've been to has got a poster that says anti-bully right outside the office. But yet, they bully kids all the time. And it's not just the kids bullying kids. It's the adult. It's the principal, the assistant principal, a teacher or two. Most of the people in that school are great people, great teachers. They love our kids. So why the connection here? Mrs. Burtmeyer. Mrs. Burtmeyer put in her screws from D-Mac Ray to Meadowbrook Elementary School. Mrs. Irons, the quote-unquote potential pedophile, which Fort Worth PD says that if Shane ever opens up, which he will eventually, there's no statute of limitations on getting the witch. Bottom line, what are we going to do about it? We are the people. Power to the people. I don't care if you live in Maine, Washington State, Florida, California, Europe, UK, Australia, Germany, Russia. If you believe that a kid needs a fair shake and doesn't need to be bullied, then you call the school and tell them that they don't have to be bullied. 817-815-4900. Meadowbrook Elementary School. 817-815-4900. Call on Monday. Jam up the lines and let me know. You can reach me here. You can reach me at Facebook. You can reach me at joybitchjet at yahoo.com. Joybitchjet, JOYBITCHJET at yahoo.com. You can reach me on Twitter. I am everywhere. Hit me up. Give me a reply. Let me know you see this program. And please, support your anti-bullying zone in your school. Because too many schools say they're anti-bully, but they're just the opposite. They are there for bullies. Mrs. Toby Jackson, who is the school board delegate from my area, wants to empower girls to be empowering as women. She has this special program up so that she can empower young ladies in high school, to empower them in the workforce and in college and the workforce and wherever else. But yet, she takes my little daughter here, my granddaughter, and allows someone to beat her up last year to where we had to put my biker boy in the same kindergarten class to protect her. And this year, they're in the same class together. And the teachers are kind of strange on it. But Mrs. Ellison loves, Mrs. Irving loves her. And loves both of them. And the school wants to separate the kids so they could beat them up one at a time and not have a witness at home. Okay, I've said enough. 20 minutes. And all I done was rant and rave about Boeing. I think I deserved it. My 15 minutes of fame, as Andy Warhol would say. I had it a few years ago when PM Magazine was big. Liza Gibbons interviewed me for my street corner comedy show. So as it is, this is my second 15 minutes of fame. If you don't listen to any one of my other programs ever again, just do what I ask. Call the school. Tell them you won't take it anymore. Tell them to stop Boeing the Lavender Masalak kids. 817-815-4900. 817-815-4900. Okay? Thanks. Have a great Thursday night. And remember, drink responsibly.